Okay, figured it out. Hi everyone. I think we're live now. But yeah, my name is Althea. I'm a dosage specialist with Equilibria, and I'm so glad to be here on our series of the EQ and U. Today we're going to do just a little overview about different ways we can be mindful with CBD. Hi everyone. So I'll just get right started just by introducing myself. Again, my name is Althea. Maybe I've worked with you, been with EQ for almost half a year now. Time goes by so quick. And I love working with our members to really find your right dosage. So today we'll just talk about different ways to be mindful on this journey as you start to find your right dosage, your right routine. And I've been, working with CBD for a long time. I have a background in biomedical engineering. I'm going to be working with a lot of education with CBD for a while now. So I'm really glad to be part of this company here, where we can work with members on education. So just diving right into it, I'm going to be talking a little bit about ways to journal with starting your CBD journey, ways to incorporate some breathing techniques when you take your CBD, and just some reminders on what we really do here in providing support on your journey. So just personally, I have a lot of just experience with navigating, the mindful journey, really trying to be here in the moment, and just starting out with journaling. Different ways to get started with your CBD dosage and CBD routine. It's really hard to build a new habit into your life, so different ways to journal with your routine to start. Personally, from my journey, I did have to start journaling, really to just keep track of little subtle things I noticed. I personally started CBD to help with my sleep schedule. I really had a lot of issues with some chronic pain, which made it really hard to sleep for a long time. So when I first started out, it was a little more detailed. It doesn't have to be this detailed, but every day I would write down, when I would take my dose, what time I took it, how much I took. And then since I was taking it for sleep, I would keep note of, did I wake up in the middle of the night? How long was I awake if I did wake up in the middle of the night? Did I feel good when I woke up in the middle of the night? Or when I woke up the next day if I felt rested? And each day you kind of write these things down, and over time I did notice little things where, taking a dosage at certain time might have been different. And that's where you can really figure out where your favorite doses are, especially if you're someone who has that consistent baseline routine, but also may take some as needed too. So you can journal things like, when did I need a dose in the moment? What really triggered the need to take an episodic dose? And then that way you can also see, was this dosage helpful? Do I need to take a little bit more? It's really about finding where your favorite doses are, and it is different for everyone. So, we've gotten some really good questions in over the past couple days in our little ask box of, how do I know if I'm taking too much? That's where the journaling can be really helpful. If you take some during your daytime and you find that you're starting to feel a little groggy or a little tired, that can be, a note to take down of, I was feeling tired when I took this during the daytime. That's usually an indicator that you can decrease your dosage a little bit. And then once you get your baseline routine kind of in a good regimen, in a good way that you just really have to remember to take it that day. I sort of do this. I have my own planner, you have your days, but this little planner has a really cool section at the bottom. Just Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you do little X's and stuff like that. And I just have different things, remember to do my CBD, exercise, meditate. And then I just simply do an X to make sure that I remembered it that day. And that's kind of down the line just to make sure you're really doing it. Sometimes just ticking something off a list, if you're that type of person, is really helpful to have that peace of mind, really be just mindful of the doses you're taking and your routine from day to day. So that is really helpful just as different ways to journal. It's really about figuring out what works for you. And then these notes can also be really helpful to bring to your dosage specialist when you have a consultation of, these are the things I noticed. Usually the subtle things that you do bring up to your dosage specialist can really make a difference in how they guide you. and to really figure out if your dose is too high, if it's too low, because we can't really just say off the bat for one person, because it really is a personalized thing. But other than that, in ways that you can also put mindfulness into taking your CBD itself, it can be really hard, especially if you're a really busy person, to carve out even 5 minutes out of your day to sit down, do some mindful breathing, any meditation exercise. Some people say that meditation isn't for them. It really does take some time to build a practice like that. So one way that you can really incorporate it into when you're already taking your doses, or I like to call it habit stacking as well, with your dropper. If you're someone who takes a full dropper of your daily drops, I always recommend to take them in 2 back-to-back half droppers, because it's really focused on absorbing into your bloodstream in the sublingual glands under your tongue. So by taking them in half droppers, you're really maximizing that absorption, increasing the surface area for that to absorb. But it does take some time. We always have some way to recommend taking at least 60 seconds to keep that under your tongue. So, by doing it in 2 back-to-back half dropper doses, it will take at least 2 full minutes to do that, but you can really take that time in your day to really focus on some deep breathing, really, regulate your breathing and your heart rate there to get you ready for the day. So whether you're taking your CBD in the morning or at night, you can do breathing and stretches in the morning, or, for me, when I take it at night, I do my breathing, make sure it's the last thing I do, before I really, really lay down. That way I can put my phone away, and it's kind of just that last period at the end of your day. So I'm going to do a little breathing exercise with you. If you haven't taken your afternoon dose, wherever you are, you can join me if you'd like, but since about 60 seconds is how long we want to keep it under our tongue, I'm going to do a breathing exercise where you inhale for 5, exhale for 5. And we're going to do that 6 times. So with that, that's going to take you up to a full minute, and we can just really take the time together. I'll turn this music up a tiny bit, and we can do this together. So I think that was 6 rounds, may have been 5, but at that point I had no oil left under my tongue, really just felt like saliva. And at that point you can swallow the excess that you have, but always remembering that the more you absorb, the better it is. And that was just my half dropper. And usually I do a full dropper, and other ways that you can do this breathing technique and really taking that full 60 seconds, you can also do some stretching. If you're doing it first thing in the morning, you can incorporate that breathing and just do 5 to 10 seconds in different stretches. So you can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the same on the other side. And just doing 6 different stretches. That way you're also incorporating some movements. You're really being mindful of breathing in and exhaling, and really taking some deep breaths to start your day. So that's really just some mindful techniques, some absorption techniques, some journaling techniques, really all about being mindful and really seeing all the subtle ways that CBD is starting to come into your life. But in terms of support, the dosage team's always here. Everyone is always changing their routine. So even if you're not starting, maybe you've had a routine for a while and you maybe need to switch it up. Stress changes all the time. So if you need a different routine, always know that we're here to help you. So as summer comes in, different daily schedules are coming in, so never hesitate to reach out through email, make a consultation, but we're always here to help, and I'm really glad to have joined you guys here on our EQ and You Live. I hope you all have a great day.